until the work on earth is done. Watch as the clouds he rides swing low, lift up the sound as he makes our praises throw.
Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all. Our guest musician today, I have known this woman my entire adult life. I was in awe of her the first time I heard her play, and I'm in awe of her this morning. Please welcome back the astonishingly talented 𝒊𝒏𝒆.
Well, thank you, 𝒊𝒏𝒆, and welcome back. And thank you for that beautiful rendition of what the world needs now. And don't we know that we need lots and lots of love. So good morning, everyone. I'm Lynn Mark, and it's my honor today to be your platform assistant. Trying is the operative word to fill in for Reverend Jan, who is taking a well-deserved Sunday off. And grateful to be able to welcome back Reverend Lee. In fact, everyone is welcome, whether you're in the sanctuary, whether you're watching live, or whether you watch us later. I would like to extend an invitation if there are any first-time guests visiting us. No matter where you are on your spiritual journey, you are absolutely welcome here, and we love to have you. You will find a yellow guest information card in the pew in front of you, And there are welcome packets on the table by the front door. If you're willing to fill out the guest information card, we promise we won't harass you, but we will. If you check the appropriate box, be happy to send you a free year subscription to our Daily Word magazine, which you'll hear about in a little while. We extend the same offer to people who are watching us online. Just hit the Contact Us link on our website, which is unitystl.org. Also, for anyone who might have a prayer intention, go to the Need Prayer link on our website as well. And those of you in the sanctuary will have an opportunity, if you will take it, to pray in person with our prayer chaplain for today, who is Hope Dodson. Great gratitude to everyone who has donated to our Abundant and Free initiative, Abundant and Free in 2023, that we use to build up our reserves. I'm happy to announce that contributions to date are currently at $8,585, and that's because of your generous donations that we so appreciate, because it builds up our reserve fund for unexpected expenses. Now, I'm also your new board treasurer, so I'm learning as I go along. But this morning, I learned that just this week, because I signed the checks for insurance, utilities, lawn care, and a couple of other things, our expenses just for the week were $3,300. So that's just a little reminder that we need to keep going as a faithful and true business so that we can keep up our blessed work. However, every time you donate, guess I wasn't supposed to say that. Every time you donate to our fund, you can place a puzzle piece on the board, and you can actually now you can see the picture of our church coming into living color. And you can also fill out a card for a drawing that we're having at our picnic on July 9th. Today, Larry Gibbs from our Board of Trustees will be in the lobby after the service to assist you with putting your piece on the board. And I hope everybody noticed when you came in that our new sign is now fully operational. Yay! Carol Ellerman, Patricia Reese, Jeremiah Bircher, and Reverend Jan received some initial training on how to make it colorful and how to make it display different pictures. And they're meeting again this week with Sarah and with Hope Dodson. So keep looking for creative messages in the future. Now I have a few announcements, and the rest will be displayed on the screen after our service. Today, the Building and Grounds Ministry will meet in the adult classroom at noon. They are charged with keeping our beautiful building in good condition. It's a big job, and the co-chairs, Chuck Seeger and Paul Henley, would welcome anyone who would like to be on this special ministry. As I just said, our Freedom Picnic is on July 9th after the service. It will include hot dogs and chips, ice cream, a cakewalk, bingo, and games for children of all ages. Now, I've been asked to get a count from those of you who are here, approximately how many people plan to attend. So if you could first raise your hand to indicate the number of adults that might be coming to the picnic. Paul, you're supposed to be counting. Yeah? Sorry. Don't sit down, Hope, because next, would you raise your hand and say if you're bringing any children with you? And how many kids you're bringing? Okay, cool. Thank you, Hope. Another announcement is that Ann Hartupy's ordination will take place here at First Unity on Saturday, July 29th at 2 p.m. Another exciting initiative of ours is the First Unity Cookbook, and just a reminder that the deadline for submitting recipes to the cookbook is July 31st. And today, Linda Haar, who is on the committee, that's a very busy committee, she'll be in the lobby to help you with any questions you might have after service. First Unity t-shirts are going to be available in living color soon, as long as we know how many we need to order. So in the bookstore are samples of the 2 shirts, and you can choose whichever shirt you like, or both, and the price is listed there. And if you would let the ladies know in the bookshop how many or what size shirts you want, so that we can finally get together enough numbers to order them. And be sure and save the dates for other events like the Scooby-Doo Dinner Mystery Theater on October 15th at Andres on Telegraph Road. Tickets will be $50 to include dinner, the performance, and an open bar. Okay. Reverend Lee's message today is Make It Count. But before that, would you please stand if you're able and sing our first community song, God is Our Source, with Julie Godey and Steve Schenkel.
God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, it gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, joy gives me everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Peace gives me everything I need.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Hope Dodson, your prayer chaplain for today. So after service, I'll be over by the window for anyone who has any prayer needs, whether it's something heavy on your heart or putting some good power and energy out in the universe. So, and as always, all prayers are kept in strictest confidence. So today's word is joy. And the affirmation is, I am blessed with indwelling joy. Let's say that together. I am blessed with indwelling joy. In John's Gospel, Jesus prays his disciples and all who receive their message will experience for themselves the joy he knows. I share in Jesus' joy as I remember I'm a living expression of the divine, created in God's image and likeness, just as Jesus was. My ability to express love, life, wisdom, and all other qualities of God is limited only by my willingness to live from my spiritual nature. I am one with God and one in the allness of God with all people everywhere. The joy Jesus described remains with me no matter what is happening around me. I know wholeness is in the midst of illness, abundance amid the appearance of lack, Even sadness in the aftermath of loss cannot overtake my joy. And from John 15, verse 11, I have said these things to you so that my joy may be in you and that your joy may be complete. And so let's take a moment in prayer as we take a deep centering breath and release and just enjoy the stillness of this moment, allowing your innate Christ presence to allow that joy to bubble up in and through you, radiating out into the world, uplifting everyone and touching everyone's joy. And we are so grateful. We release this joy to the universe and say, thank you, God. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. On this beautiful, albeit hot day, It's a beautiful day because it's a day that we've been given, right? A gift. A gift. And we have the opportunity to make it count, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So for those of you who may be moviegoers, there was a movie out in the late 90s, Titanic. Anyone see that movie? Great movie. Lots of reruns, too, now in Turner Classic Movies. And the main character, or one of the main characters in that movie, Jack Dawson, said something very profound towards the beginning of that movie. He was sitting at a table having dinner with some new people in his life, and he said, "I think life is a gift, and I don't intend to waste it. I'm going to make it count." And everyone at the table lifted their glasses to toast and said, "Make it count. Make it count." So what was he really saying there? You know, to make life meaningful and purposeful, to make it count. Well, a few weeks ago, I was going through my library, sorting out what I wanted to keep and what I wanted to reluctantly release. And I came across a book that I bought several years ago, a wonderful book entitled How Then Shall We Live by Wayne Mueller. Anyone ever read that book? I recommend it if you can get it. It's a wonderful book. And one of the sections of that book, he asked the question, how then shall we live knowing we will die? Wow. Thought-provoking. How then shall we live knowing we will die? I thought a lot about that. Knowing, not knowing, how many years, how many months, how many days, how many hours that I might have, and asking the question of myself, am I squandering that away with meaningless things, or am I making it count? So that question is not morbid. To me, it's joyful because I believe it helps us look at our life and look, are we making our life count? Or are we squandering it away? So like with most things in life, it's a choice, right? That we have that choice to squander it with meaningless things. Those thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, attitudes that keep us in a place that keeps us from being all that we're created to be, that place. And we know what those things are, right? If they're directed out there, sometimes they're anger or hatred or bigotry, jealousy. If they're directed in here, sometimes they're doubt, always the glass is half empty rather than half full. Maybe low self-esteem, not being good enough, smart enough, this enough, that enough. But the thing is, we all hold our own court in our life. That we are the judge, the jury, and the jailer. That we have that power in us. So to look at our life, to see what we need to bring to court before the judge, to see if we need to send it to the jury to be ruled on. Again, those things in life that are keeping us from being all that we have been created to be, a light in the world, joyful, peaceful. And then, if the judge in us thinks it's worthy to send it to the jury in us, do they stay or do they go? That we have that choice, we have that power. And then we have the power to send them to jail. And by jail, I mean releasing them, letting them go, forgiving them, so we can make that space in our life to make it count. And now when we do send those to jail, forgive, let them go, release them, we don't do that with anger. You know, we remember that we are who we are because of what we've gone through, right? So to find some way in all of that, a blessing, a teaching, and bless that before we let it go or send it to jail. We have that power. We have that choice. And then to open us up again to a life that indeed we are making it count. And there are many ways that we can do that. But this morning I'd like to talk about 3 ways that may work for you. They work for me. The first is gratitude. The second is finding meaning and purpose. And the third is living in awe. So gratitude. You know, in Unity, we talk a lot about gratitude, don't we? The importance of gratitude. And Charles Fillmore, and I want to read this because I want to make sure that I don't mess up any of his words, Papa Charlie. He said, "It has been found by experience that a person increases their blessings by being grateful for what they have." That we bless what we have, opening us up to receive more. And of course, we have the account of Jesus feeding the multitudes, giving thanks for the few fish and loaves that he had, and was able to feed the multitudes, giving thanks, opening up for the increase, the importance of gratitude. 20 years ago, I was a minister at, Am I on? Okay, thank you. A minister at a church in New Jersey, a wonderful church. Still stay in touch with some of those wonderful people. But there was a tradition in that church that every Thanksgiving morning, we would meet early, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and have a continental breakfast and a time of prayer and gratitude. So the turkey's in the oven at home, and people are coming for the continental breakfast and prayer. And that ended up being such a beautiful experience because usually it would start out with one person, "I'm grateful for this," and it would spur someone else, "You know, I'm grateful for that too, and did you know?" And then the next person, and "I'm grateful for you. Have I ever told you that? Sitting in the pews with you every Sunday." And the next person, and "Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for this church. I'm so grateful. It was like a therapy session. And no one wanted to go home and take the turkey out of the oven because we were having such a good time. Gratitude. And the more we gave thanks, the more that opened us up to make that space in our life, to make it count. Make it count. And then to find meaning and purpose in our life. You know, we are the hands and the feet and the voice and the ears and the love and the compassion of God in this world. Yippee, what an honor, right? That's a gift. And so to find the way that we bring our particular gift, our purpose to this life, to this world. You know, I was rereading an account of Helen Keller. My gosh, what a woman. A woman who said, "I cannot do everything, but I can do something. I cannot do everything, but I can do something." A woman who was born, who could not see, could not hear. And yet what a difference she made in her life because she found the meaning and the purpose for her life. And she overcame those thieves and robbers that would take away her doing that. Any negative thinking, she let that go. And she made a difference not only in her life, but as it is with most of us, when we make a positive difference in our life, we make a positive difference in the world because our light shines brighter. And that she was able to bring consciousness and understanding to people without sight, people who could not hear. She wrote books. She was a miracle, a wonder that she found her purpose in life. And I think about Viktor Frankl. You know, Viktor Frankl, the father of logotherapy, which is a therapy of finding meaning in our life. And he started that in a Nazi concentration camp and finding a way to find meaning and purpose in the midst of that suffering. Knowing that was the way, the only way in life to make it count. To find a way through all that he had gone through, to find that purpose, that meaning, open it up, find a way to make life count. And indeed he has, because that therapy has helped millions and millions of people. And then living in awe. Just being in this world. Isn't that wonderful? The thought that we're alive. You know, we have this wonderful body, this beautiful earth, being alive. And being excited about it. Not to cover it up or tamper it down, but to be wildly excited about it. I once did a wedding at the City Museum. Are you familiar with the City Museum? Anyone been there lately? Well, at that time, there was that big whale's mouth on the first floor that was open. I assume that's still there. So during rehearsal, we went through, all the pieces of the ceremony, who was to do what and so forth. Well, comes the evening of the wedding, and we are at the City Museum. And there's an aquarium on the side, and the fish are swimming by. It was an absolutely beautiful setting. So I am up on the platform with the groom and the best man, and we are awaiting the bride. Now, the bride comes out of the whale's mouth with her father. So that was quite a scene. And this young man was so overcome, I could just sense him and hear him. Oh, he was sighing. He was just beside himself at the beauty of this woman he was going to marry, the love that he felt. And he leaned over to me and said, I know during rehearsal you said that I kiss her after the ceremony. He said, but what if I kiss her when she gets here? I said, you know what? It's your wedding. You do what you want. So the father brings her up to the platform, puts her hand in his, and he grabbed her, held her close, gave her a kiss, leaned her over, and the place went wild. I thought that beautiful moment of living in the awe. Not going, oh, you know what, I'm not supposed to kiss her until after the wedding. But living in awe. It was beautiful. That helps make it count in life. George Lamsa, who kind of a big name many years ago in Unity because he wrote a translation of the Bible in Aramaic, which is the spoken language of Jesus. And he tells the story of being on a plane one day, and like often happens, you end up with a conversation with the person next to you. And usually it goes something like, oh, where are you from? What do you do? And when the young man next to him asked, "What do you do?" he said, "Well, I'm a minister and a Bible scholar. What do you do?" And the young man said, "Well, I'm an astronomer." And he said, "I have to tell you, I don't believe in God." So 𝒂𝒒𝒆 said, "So when you look through your telescope, what do you think? What do you feel?" And the young man said, "Well, see the galaxy and the stars and the planets and, all the wonder of the universe." And 𒂂𝒒𝒆 said, "I didn't ask you what you saw. I asked you, what do you feel?" And the young man thought for a minute, and he said, "Wow." And 𒂂𝒒𝒆 said, "That's God. That's the awness of God." Isn't that a great story? The awness of God. Make it count. So this beautiful gift of life that we have been given, this gift, to not waste it, to not squander it, because we don't know how much time we have, that each moment we have is a gift, to make it count, to do something worthwhile and meaningful, to be grateful. I worked in hospice for a few years, and when people are at the end of life, it is rare that I heard anyone say, "Oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. I wish I wouldn't have done that." Because I think, within all of us, we believe in forgiveness. But what they would say is, "I regret not doing that. I'm sorry I did not do that." Feeling I didn't make that count. So my prayer for all of us is that indeed we do look at our life and wonder, this beautiful gift that we've been given, to be grateful for it, to find a purpose, to find meaning, to find that way that only each and every one of us as individuals, as unique expressions of God, can bring that gift, that meaning, as the hands and feet of God that we are. The voice, the ears, the love, the compassion, the goodness, the light. And then to do that with abundant awe of this great gift that we have been given. The gift to live and move in that wonderful power and presence. That presence, that power that we affirm each and every time that we get together to worship, right, on Sundays. That statement of truth that there's only one presence and one power, and that we are a part of that, living in that, to be in awe of that. So let us together affirm this beautiful truth. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent.
I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God when I pray. I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God.
And now I would invite us to indeed go deeper, right where we are, knowing that right where we are, we carry that inner church, that sanctuary within us, right where we are. So if you feel comfortable doing so, I would invite you to close your eyes and just get comfortable wherever you are. There's not a right way or a wrong way to pray and meditate. It's what feels right to you, right where you are. And so during this time of meditation, this time of that connection with the core of who we are, it's often seen as a journey, felt as a journey. And so, as with any journey, we prepare. So I would invite us as we get ready for this journey, this place inside of us, to just take a deep and cleansing breath. All that oxygen that we're sharing with everyone here in this beautiful sanctuary, this outer sanctuary in which we all sit. It is that breath, that oxygen, that breathed us all into being and sustains us. And so, knowing that it is that breath that we share with each other, but it is also that breath that is only ours. God expressing in and through us our breath. And so to perhaps put an image on that breath, what would that look like? What does breath look like? Maybe a cloud, maybe a feather, maybe a stream just gently moving us deeper and deeper and deeper into the quietness, the solitude of our inner self, of that inner sanctuary. And so as we arrive at this core of our being, knowing that we can put an image around that as well. Perhaps you'd like to be under a tree or by a stream or on a park bench or basking in the sun. Whatever image is yours, just immerse yourself in that as we open ourselves up to ask, what is my purpose? What brings meaning to my life? How can I make it count? And so with our spiritual ears wide open, with our heart and arms awaiting, we listen in this beautiful silver silence. And so as we do prepare to return to this outer sanctuary, to this here and now, we give thanks for this time. We give thanks for whatever answers may have come to us, knowing that we can always return to that place just by being still and going within. And so we do give thanks for what we've received. We give thanks for this church, for everyone in it. We give thanks for the voice of children, a gift of God. We give thanks for our unity movement. And we give thanks for the opportunity to make it count. And so we do pray this in the beautiful consciousness of the one who showed us how to make it count, who said, I am the light of the world, and you are the light of the world, Jesus Christ. And in that Christ it lives and moves and has its being in each and every one of us. And so it is. Amen.
Well, how about that? Carol, Beth, and Steve, thank you so much for helping us come through our service in such a joyful way. And the song that was played before Lee's message was Spirit Song. And this, of course, was How Great Thou Art, which is my favorite song. I mean, how great art thou? So now we come to that time in the service where we pause, reflect, and give thanks for our many blessings. We're grateful for all of you who are supporting us financially, as we do depend on your donations to fulfill our mission of enriching lives through prayer, education, and service. For those of you in the sanctuary, box for tithes and offerings is by the back door. And people online streaming, it's possible to contribute, via Apple Pay, Google Pay, and PayPal. Sorry. Just hit the donate button on unitystl.org or on our YouTube channel. And know that we are one with divine source and each other. So please join me in blessing our many gifts. Together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And now I would invite you to stand as you are able to say our abundant and free affirmation, followed by our prayer for protection. Together, in year 2023, we visualize prosperity and abundance for First Unity Church of St. Louis and in our personal lives. We trust God and affirm that our abundance is manifesting now. And now we join together in the expanded version of the prayer for protection, the version that celebrates the power of God and our own divine identity. Together, the light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God watches over us. The presence indwells us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Now, please remain standing. First of all, thank you all for joining our service today in person and online. Together, we are the First Unity Church of St. Louis, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. As a vibrant, inclusive community, we come together in oneness of spirit to support one another and to express the goodness of God in the world, and to do, as Reverend Lee said today, to make our lives count. Thank you for that message. Our service ends today with our final community song, Let There Be Peace on Earth. Be sure to join us downstairs for coffee and refreshments. Paul works really hard to do that.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, family all are we. Let us walk together in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be